Hey yo, what's up everybody? We are gonna talk about a helium miner that I just received today over here. So I'm gonna do an unboxing, and after from there we're gonna do a step-by-step guide as well. So before we get started, I'd like to introduce you to my Discord channel, which I have basically been hosting. And of course on this group itself, we are like trying to build a community out of it to basically help you guys on cryptocurrency to guide one by one, and after that from there like achieve financial freedom if you want to call it that way. So of course before we jump into the topic as well, I also like to introduce you to the Discord channel, which is where I got this miner itself, the Helium RAK miner, and after that I would say it's over here. Over here, this is the Helium Singapore Community, focused on helium mining. So if you guys are really interested in knowing more and studying up about what is helium mining and everything, feel free to join the community. I'm going to link it all down below. So right now, we're going to jump into the recap on Helium Miner. So over here, this is the Helium Miner website, and over here, basically you might heard about this HNT token, and after that you might hear about some hotspot and helium thingy. So over here, the hotspot itself, it looks something like this. Quite tiny. One hotspot itself, it can generate you money, I would say. And after that, many of you guys out there have a misconception about the reward and the cost. And after that, like because we know about Bitcoin mining and stuff like this, so yeah, basically I'm gonna explain it later to clear your doubts. So we can recap on this video itself how I even got this miner itself. Previously on my YouTube channel, I have been doing videos about like, first of all, like talking about what is helium mining, which is a 30-minute long ass video, and after that, secondly, I talk about that I bought the miner from this Singapore Hotspot group, and after that, from there, many of you guys in my Telegram group at that time was a bit like skeptical, like, hey, is this a scam? Like, he's trying to receive money and stuff like this. So I already go ahead and after that try to buy one miner, and after that, from there, I would say that I bought it on around 2nd of August, so it was less than 2-month wait. So it's around like I would say more than 2 months, around 2 months, 8 days, something like that. So I received the miner already, and I know that a lot of you guys out there have purchased like miners from the official manufacturer, and after that you guys has been waiting for like 7 months, 8 months, or even a year. So over here I would say this group itself over here is quite something, because I bought my miner and after that I received it like very fast, and after that I'm surprised as well. So I'm gonna right now jump into the basically like your doubts about the reward and cost on this mining. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna talk about the doubt that people have is, hey, can I have like 3 to 5 hotspot at the house itself? I would say no, because if let's say you can see all this hexagon itself, I would say I will name it just hexagon. So here in this hexagon itself, let's say you have like maybe this is my house, and after that from here like I put one miner at the end of the at the living room, and after that at my bedroom and everything, because how the system works is basically if it detects like there is this 2 miner that is around each other, it is going to basically slash your reward instead of increasing the reward. Therefore, this is one thing that you have to take note. You cannot have multiple miners in one location, or let's say nearby the location. So over here, one hexagon itself, maybe you can have like 4 to 5 miner to basically relay, and after that, it must not be, I think it have to be like around 2 km or 3 km radius. And after that, now we're going to clear the doubt number 2, is how the reward works. Basically over here, you have to know that the helium mining network itself, the reward pool itself is, let's say for example, it's a maximum of 60 million worth of HNT miner throughout these 2 years, and after that you must know that every 2 years there's gonna be like a halving on the helium miner reward. So how does it work is basically over here, every 2 years there's gonna be a reward pool of maybe 60 million worth of HNT token, and after that how does this reward works is depending on how many of this kind of machine that is online on the network. Like over here, this is the Explorer. So over here, if you want to like clear your doubts on this, it's very important to know that how the reward works. Over here is basically we must know every two years it's gonna halve its reward, like Bitcoin every 4 years. And after that, I would say that this machine itself over here is not really like those big machine that you see like the Bitcoin miner, like I don't know, something look like this, and after that it's quite heavy, and it's electrical consumption wise it's very heavy. But of course on this HNT miner itself, the doubt number 3 is it is not that it is just the light. I would say that if you want to compare with electricity usage, is just as good like a light bulb itself. It is not that expensive and not a monster energy. I would say like eat your energy, and after that your bill come is like sell, that kind. So over here I would say that the next thing we want, I mean not the next thing, but of course we go back to the previous topic about the reward itself. How does it work? So depending on how many of these kind of miner is online on the network itself, the reward pool is always fixed. So over here, let's say you get reduction of rewards, and after that like from time to time you see like reduction of rewards. Why is that happening? Is because there is too many miners in the network. Basically people, the manufacturer keep producing, and after that more and more miner is inflating the market, and after that I would say that the reward pool itself is gonna get lesser and lesser from time to time. But of course the energy consumption is still the same, and how it works is yeah, basically one miner can give you an average of 10 HNT per month or something like that, and after that eventually you see like become 8, and after that become 5, so on and so forth. And of course over here you have to know that if you are going to do this kind of mining, you are basically hedging on the price of this HNT itself. So if the price of HNT rise and after that you keep your HNT, basically you what lah, if let's say every time you mine you sell, and after that eventually you don't hold it, and after that from there the price went up double, triple, or even quadruple, you might be like, oh, I miss out, but then you already sold. So over here we're gonna do the unboxing of this RAK Miner Singapore edition. Let's go. So over here, this is the unboxing thing that I'm gonna do over here. You can see this is the box itself. It looks something like a palm size or maybe a palm and a half. You can see it's quite small. So if I open it itself, you will expect something like this. So over here, this is something that is empty. I do not know why, because I receive it and there's nothing inside, so I'm not gonna show anything here. So over here we have a layer of styrofoam to protect the miner itself, and after that there's a lot of styrofoam. Over here you can see this is the close up. So here you can see the miner itself is just like, if you want to compare it, it's around my index finger, so I'm just going to pull it out, and after that we can see that over here, oops, there's something like this to cover the, this is the, what is that called, for the antenna. And after that we can see that over here this hotspot itself is something like this. So these are the ports that you can see over here. There is 4 ports over here, and after that 1 Ethernet cable for your Ethernet, and after that over here this is the specs, and after that I would say that you want to compare the size, yeah, maybe, yeah, my index finger, I'm gonna put my middle finger is something like that, or around a middle finger size, and after I would say that it's quite small. And you want to talk about the width itself, it is something like that, so you can see around 4 fingers, and after that it's quite small. The length, yeah, maybe my palm, something like that. And after that I would say that over here this is the machine itself, and after that the next thing I want to talk about is the power supply, basically for you to plug in. So over here this is the USB-C cable, and we are going to open it, and after that look at what is it. So over here many poles over here, and after that we are gonna, yeah, basically, right, sorry for the sound. So over here this is something like this. So this is the power cable, it's a USB-C, and after that over here this is the Singapore basically the UK plug, if I'm not wrong. So over here the next thing is over this thing over here. This is the antenna wise. So over here this thing over here goes over to this thing. You can see over here this black thing over here, you remove it, it's gonna go inside and you screw it on, and after that from there you can just plug and play about it. So basically this is just what is inside the box itself. You only receive 3 items over here. Over here you can see this is the hotspot, and after this the power, the plug, and after that this is the antenna, the default antenna. If let's say you do not want to buy the antenna, or if you want to buy, you can go ahead. And after that basically these are the items that you receive on the box itself. So this is the box. Yep, it's empty right now. So over here we're gonna start the tutorial on setting up. So step by step guide, very simple. After you unbox everything, the things that you need is your mobile phone, and after that your RAK Miner, and after that this antenna thing. So how does it work is over here you can see in front of this thing over here there's a small plug here. Just head over and after that plug it in, and after that over here this is how you plug your RAK cable. So over here this is the next thing you want to do here, the antenna itself. Just combine this thing over here into this and just screw it, and after you screw, damn it, it's not going in. Okay, alright, it's going in, and after that over here, once it's tight enough, you can basically rotate the thing just by twisting it. What is it? Basically, I would say this is like anti-clockwise, and after that from here, you can just tilt the thing over here to basically, yeah, this is how it's gonna look like after you set the whole thing up, something like that. And after that, the second thing you need to do is to basically plug your supply in, and I'm gonna do it right now. So after the hardware setup is done, over here you will see this light blink itself. It is red in color, and after that over here you can see on my mobile app itself, I already screen it on the side of the screen so you guys can see. So over here what you want to do is basically just follow my arrow, just click on the add hotspot itself, click on it, and after that over here it's gonna ask you to choose your hotspot. So depending on which hotspot that you are using, basically this is all the hotspot that is available on Helium Miner itself. So what you want to do is basically just click on it, and after that over here we can scroll down the way. This is the RAK hotspot, and after that we have to click on the RAK hotspot, and once we click on it, it's going to tell us how do you place the hotspot itself. It's very simple. Give it a nice view, and after that over here, do not hide me, like do not mix it with other like those electronic stuff. I would say do not put it like with your television, if not like your microwave, which is going to disrupt the frequency. And after that, of course, not with the fridge as well. That's also something that's going to disrupt the frequency. So the next thing over here, you might know that in Singapore itself, it is the building that we have is crazy and everything is blocking out. So over here we know that there's no choice, and after that we can click on it. Basically, if let's say you have like those bug screen or whatsoever, you can remove it, because do not try to put it, because the metal meshes can block the radio signals quite a lot with the Helium hotspot itself. So we're gonna click I read the guide, and of course the next thing is diagnose, understand, power up. So over here the first step is gonna tell you the RAK hotspot will show a red LED lights after it power up. So over here we can see, yes, over here this is the LED light we're gonna see, and after that click on done, and after that over here the next thing over here is telling us that there is no pairing button on the RAK hotspot itself, so it is a Bluetooth enabled, and after that it's going to be enabled 5 minutes after the hotspot power up. So I already like power it up, and after that hotspot can take 1 minute to fully reboot. We just scan, and once it's scanning itself, it's going to find for the hotspot. Give it a while, man. So over here finally they found a hotspot over here, the Helium hotspot. Basically this is the, I think this is, to know why is this 73.2e, maybe it's the hardware ID. Just click on okay, and after that over here it's gonna connect it to the Helium hotspot, and from there I believe that over here you have, on the mobile phone itself you can basically do the, yeah, basically over here you can connect it to the Wi-Fi. So if let's say you're not using basically over here we know there's a LAN cable over here which you can directly connect it to your router, and after that from there you can have a direct internet access. But of course this way itself is super secure, and after that you will not be worrying about like disconnectivity or whatsoever, because using a hotspot itself we know that sometimes shit happens. Sometimes you walk past the some I don't know, some feng shui place, you just walk past and you block the signal, and that's it, there's no signal. So you want to minimize that, so you just use the cable itself. So for my case itself, I'm living in my mother-in-law place, and after that I would say the right now in the bedroom, and the router is all the way in front, and after that I do not have like additional LAN cable, therefore I'm just going to use the Wi-Fi option. So I'm going to scan on the network itself, and over here we're gonna click on the network, available network, and for the password, oh shit man, I do not know what's the password. Alright, so give me a while, let me think about it. Alright guys, so after connecting the internet hotspot, entering by previous step itself, just now over here now you need to basically ask permission to allow the location. So over here, nope, this is not the location, so I'm just gonna put in the poster. And over here, yep, I'm gonna set my location over here. This is where I am basically staying. So over here, once you click on your location itself, it's gonna tell you the antenna setup. So over here, set up your antenna height details, blah blah blah. So over here I'm just going to put the meters. So right now I am estimated how relatively an antenna is placed located typically. Okay, so over here I'm just gonna do some googling. So over here, after googling some of the stuff that I need to ask, basically is around 5 meters on average. So I'm just going to click on next. Over here they're going to ask me to confirm. So over here your location has been prepaid, and after that basically click on register. So if let's say you want to change the hotspot in a, like let's say you move your house or whatsoever, you want to change the hotspot itself, you will need to basically do a payment of $10 to basically do it. So over here an error, so please try again later, damn it. So over here resetting the location again. So if you zoom out of the map itself, you can see these are the location that is in Singapore. So I'm just gonna head over to mine by clicking this, and after that zoom in, yes, I'm in the hexagon near the next one. So I'm just gonna put maybe like 4 meters, I do not know. Right, register. Is it because I do not have money in? I'm just gonna check it out, and after that hopefully it passes. So we get error unknown, get add payment basically from add gateway. So I'm unsure what is this error that I'm getting, so I'm just going to try again. So over here, like after trying a few times of this setting up process all again, because I keep getting the error, like basically this error that I received, which is over here, which I'm gonna show you over here. So I'm just gonna pull the screen here. Yep, so this was the error that I'm receiving. Like previously I keep setting up error, there was an error constructing the add hotspot transaction, so please try again later. So I kept trying again. Basically I reconnected, and after that connected all over again, and after that eventually right now I'm looking at this screen which is registering a hotspot, which is gonna take like a few minutes. Like I do not know, they say a few minutes, so they say like please feel free to close the screen, but I do not want to close the screen, therefore we're gonna come back in the video in a while. So give me a moment guys. Alright, so for you guys out there who are waiting for like quite some time, like I am currently waiting, so what you want to do is head over to the app again, just close the application, and after that just reboot the whole application, and you will be looking at this page itself. You will see this small icon, this this arrow button, just click on it, and after that over here it's going to tell you, oh, this is your wallet, blah blah blah. What you want to do next is just click back over here onto the hotspot, and after that click back again, and over here itself you can see that right now they are still basically hotspot being added to the blockchain, and after that over here the updating of hotspot to the location. So over here you can see this is pending, therefore we have to just leave it near the window, and after that from there we are just gonna wait for whatever is gonna happen. And once this transaction is completed, I'm gonna come back to it again. So right now, alright guys, after like maybe like 15 minutes of setting up, finally my hotspot is on the network itself. So it's over here, and after that this is the quiet iris Merca. This is my hotspot name, and over here on the application I'm looking at this. Over here you can see, so here you can see the hotspot which is on the tab itself. You click over here, just swipe it, it's on this Merca, and this is my hotspot. So you can see this is the RAK wireless hotspot that has already been registered online. So here this is the end of the tutorial. So we finally got it online, and of course over here we might be some like in the future you might encounter some problem on like some of the hotspot might see like some being there's like some error being like called the relay. So over here how you're gonna solve it is very simple. Just head over to the Discord of Helium Singapore Community. So if let's say your miner is facing this problem called a relay or something, if let's say you're looking at a blockchain and you see it's relay, so basically over here what you want to do is head over to the Singapore Helium Singapore Community. Just head over there, and after that over here on the announcement page itself, over here this is a quick guide for you to basically do the port forwarding, and after that from there you might this will solve the issue. And after that, if let's say if it doesn't solve the issue itself, feel free to head over to the chat over here to this where is this, so over here the RAK discussion, just click on it, and over here you can basically ask people, and after that from here we can see that there is this over the guy over here, this is the vendor basically, Marcelino over here, he is the official distributor of RAK. So over here you can ask, just tell him your issue, and from there he is going to basically assist you on your issue, and hopefully it can solve everything. So I've come to the end of the video. If you like the video, kindly hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course turn on post notification on my YouTube, and of course feel free to use all the links down below. And yeah, basically I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye, peace.